finance has played a very big role in some of the biggest changes that we've seen in society, from the expansion of international trade to the driving the Industrial Revolution. And today we're looking at one of the most important transitions of our time, which is the transition to more sustainable models. Mm-hmm. And KasikornBank would like to be a driver of this transition. Why is this so important for KasikornBank?
Yeah, it's very important, and not just only for us, but to our customers and also Thailand. So we want to lead on this carbon neutral, decarbonization, all the sustainability issues, because we have two roles. The first one is we are member of the community, that as a member we have to be a good citizen. The second role, which is even more important, which is financial enabler, that we can help customer transition to the net zero economy. And if we are not success in doing this, our customer will not survive, Thailand will not survive, and definitely KBank will not survive as well.
If you're a leader, leadership comes with responsibility. You have a responsibility because finance is so important to make these transitions.
Yes.
You have the responsibility for Thailand, for the people, for yourself.
We are enabler, so we have to empower customer to be able to transition. Capitalism, to keep it in a simple words, is like, we try to do business and also making profit. The capitalism still work, but ESG, the carbon emission, those kind of thing, is the new drivers. Mm-hmm. It's changing in operating environment where business has to aware of this issue, and they have to adjust their goals, their plan accordingly to be able to stay in the business. Mm-hmm. and achieve their long-term goals.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think capitalism is becoming more interesting now in a way, right? Because it's not only about economic capital anymore, it's also a natural capital and social capital.
Yes, and you have to have, for example, for the bank, you have to have two licenses. Banking license to operate, banking business, and you have to have a social license where the community allow you to operate in their community. Mm-hmm. So there's two licenses. It takes a lot of stakeholder participants to make the capitalism move or change. So it's not the company itself, but it has to relate to the market. The consumer has to change also, the investor and the shareholders, and also the regulators. Mm-hmm. They have to change in order to make this capitalism move into the next level. Together with Bank of Ayutthaya, we are the lead to draft the ESG declaration to do with Thai Banker Association and Bank of Thailand, that we have determined, to have carbon neutrality or net zero within 2065, in line with the Thailand context. For KBank, we have a declaration that in our own operation will be net zero in 2030. And we work with Bank of Thailand and Thai Banker Association to identify what is called real ESG. We set the goal, to be lead in ASEAN. Actually, it's not ESG, but it's all like sustainability. So environment, social, and governance, we want to lead on that. And we already identified the target, not only just the net zero, but other issue also. And we engage the board of directors and execute. And we set up the loan amount around 100 to 200 billion baht. To support the customer in transition to the net zero. If we want to change in this ESG game, we have to come in this game with a different mindset. We have to reframe our thinking. We have set the KPI. And not only just the KPI at the top, but align all the KPI down to, action level. And not only that, KPI is necessary, but it's not sufficient. So we have to do other things else like change the way we work. We call it an agile concept way of working. So it's like multidisciplinary people in the same group with same objectives. So that's a new way of working and the culture as well. Because this issue is very new and so complex. So the culture or the belief that, it's okay, to fail. Even before we start, we prepare as much as we can, but it still fail. It's okay, and we learn and we have to adjust and go back to the game. It's a business opportunity, but it's both threat and opportunities. So for financing opportunity, we can have transition loan, green bond or sustainability linked bond that we can offer. And even more than that is a beyond banking business that we can build a partnership, to have technology solution, have a climate advisory service, or even have group of networking and matchmaking where the startups, the new technology can support our client. In our own operation, the emission of greenhouse gas emission is very little compared to the emission from our loan portfolio. You can see from the slide. And according to the CDP, the disclosure, there's a report say that the loan portfolio emission is over than 700 times larger than the direct emission. So we need to urgently decarbonize our loan portfolio. And what should we do? The first one is that we should disclose our impact on our financing activities. And we have to set the target that is scientific based target. So it's something that be able to measure. And all the activities that we will do from now, it should align with the Paris Agreement. As a bank, we can have the education, and help customer measures and do the report and make it more transparent and help them access to the expertise that we might have more network and to support them. We cannot help every customer at the same time. We also have to focus. So the prioritization of the customer, which sector that we should focus on, is very important. The priority will base on the urgency of the transition requirement from each sector and the customer readiness. We have to communicate and see which industry, which customer is ready. At first, we have to create an awareness and educate the consumer that we have to be more responsible for the world. And this is the new big size of the market. So that's an opportunity. And we have to help them, equip them to be ready.
More and more money is becoming available for the transition. But still, in Southeast Asia, it is happening a bit slower than in the rest of the world. What else do you think is needed to accelerate the transition here, apart from finance?
The challenge is the market structure and the alignment among that market structure. What I mean is that we need a collaboration from all parties that involved. What happened is the awareness of the company, of our client is not that much. And what else? If they're aware of that, they don't know to what standard they should adhere to. So we need the taxonomy that will draft by the regulators, the shareholders. They have to trade off between short-term pain and long-term gain. So it's all the collaboration that needs to, go together at the same speed. This issue is quite complex, and there are so many factors that involve.
You mentioned the complexity of managing many different aspects at the same time, and you spoke about ESG for some people being a bit confusing. There's a lack of awareness, but also there's confusion because there are so many new regulations out there and disclosure requirements. How do you think ESG should and will evolve for this market, for people to actually start using it more?
It come quite far from where we start. Before COVID, I asked the team, like, why we have just do the disclosure, or we have to set a goal and that's enough, But today, we do a lot and do a lot of action to help, people and work with the regulation. So, and we want to, including my board of directors, they want it to happen yesterday. Yeah, but like I just mentioned, it's so complex, and we need to understand the issue before we move. At least we move slow, but at least we move forward. We should have a standardization and harmonization. We cannot just work in Thailand or Southeast Asia, but I think we need to work as a global collaboration. So the first is standardization, collaboration, and the data quality and the accessibility of that data. We should look at the long-term value creation, and the looking for some partnership that we should do, and also the prioritization, the materialities of issue, which one we should attack first. Look at in the different countries, they have a different context.
Yeah. It's part of the challenge, right? That the ESG factors, they play out in different ways in local contexts, right? So we do need that standardization, but we also need a localization.
Yes.
How would you say the sustainability imperative or the sustainability opportunity that we're talking about is changing the type of leaders that you need in your company, or that you feel that your clients need in their companies?
Leader has to have purpose that bigger than he or herself or the organization. The purpose has to be larger than the organization that they run. And they have to aware that in this, world, in this operating environment, there's a lot more things that matters, more than themselves and the organization. Then they need to have a courage to tackle that issue that beyond their goals or their organization. The new skill, maybe growth mindset. There's many ways to achieve things. There's one way. If that works, you have to go to a different kind of way. Don't give up. Just keep yourself updated. It's a mindset of the student always. So you learn something new every day.
I like the way you described leaders not only feeling responsible for their business unit, but also responsible for the bigger system that they are a part of. Right? It's such an important change in mindset for many people.
Yes, and even more when you are in a big company that can make more meaningful impact, to the community.
Yeah, and it requires courage, as you said.
Yeah. Otherwise, you cannot trade off, between your company, the community or social, whatever. You have to have a courage to do that. We have 8 leader in action, the character that we look for, and we keep preaching. They need to have self-awareness or less self-orientation, make work meaningful. You have to have inspire the team, that your work is so meaningful. The teamwork, the collaboration, the test and learn kind of spirit, and it's okay to fail. So the purpose is so important. And, if the mindset is okay, you're not getting to that goal, but you have a correct mindset, you will get there. I believe that every good leaders, including me, I hope, they want to make an impact. If you are a CEO in a big company, you want the company to make an impact to the community, to Thailand, you have to show and talk to the team, and your action will confirm what you talk and show to them. And everyone, should start from their aspiration, look into their passion and their strength, whether they be able to achieve that. Like I said, student always, now I'm still learning something new. If you feel like you're not already equipped or you don't have a tools enough, you can search, for help. There's a lot of people that ready to help or support, to achieve your goals. Join the team, to have a same passion, with you, and ask for coach, or mentor. It's okay, to ask for advice or, search for help.
So the learning journey never ends. Well, Kattiya, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. No, this was very insightful. So thank you so much for joining us.